dear students, my synthesis series is going on and we have talked that how can we add two or more than two simple sentences to make one simple sentence by using various methods. And we have also started, complex sentence. In my previous video, I have talked about that how can a noun clause works in a sentence, to be a subject of a verb, to be the object of a verb, to be a complement, of a verb, and to be a object to a preposition, and to be a noun of or phrase in a position or noun in a position, whatever call it. So these were the work of a noun, and now today we'll see that how can we use these conjunction used in noun clause actually. So we'll see that how can we do synthesis by using noun clause. Okay, so first of all, let's see that what are these noun clause which are used for to do synthesis. So that, if and whether, then we have who and what, that, if, whether, who, what, whom, whose, when, where, why, how. So these are the conjunction which are used in noun clause to to add two or more than two simple sentences to make one simple sentence. Okay, so first of all we'll talk about these conjunction like that, and then if and whether and what. Actually these three conjunctions are very important, you need to know much about it, and rest of the conjunctions actually they itself come in the sentence. So when you are adding two sentences, these conjunction automatically they come in the sentence, so you don't need to know much about it. So if, whether, that and what, these are the conjunction where we will work. So let's see that how can we add two or more than two simple sentences to make one simple sentence by using noun clause, by using these conjunction also. Okay, so there are two conditions where we can use that conjunctions to use noun clause in the sentence. So first of all you need to understand it carefully. Try to understand what I am saying, okay, carefully. So there are two sentences. Okay, so if one sentence ends with this, that, it and so, this these four things comes at the end of a sentence. Now I'm repeating it again, you try to understand what I'm saying, that there are two sentences. Okay, you need to add these two sentences. So one sentence it ends with this, that, it and so. So if we find that these four things are there, this, that, it and so, what we'll do, first of all we will remove those things. We will remove it, so, this and that, and we will make our principal clause to that sentence only. So after removing this, that, it and so from the sentence, we will make that particular sentence our principal clause. Okay, and second condition is that the both of the sentences, we will take two sentences, so both of the sentences should be assertive sentence. So these are the two rules. I repeat, the first thing is that if one sentence ends with this, that, it and so, we will first of all we need to remove this, that, it and so, and we will have to make that particular sentence principal clause, and then we are going to add another sentence, and remember that another one should be assertive. Both of the sentence should be assertive. So let's see how we can add by using that conjunction. Two sentences are here, so how can we add these two sentences by using that conjunction? First of all, Tom is a submissive guy. So first sentence is Tom is a submissive guy. Every friend of him knows it. First sentence, Tom is a submissive guy. Second sentence, every friend of him knows it. So what did we see, that this it has come at the end of the sentence. Okay, as I told you that if it is if told you that if it, so, this, that comes at the end of the sentence, we need to remove it. So what we'll do that, first of all we'll remove this it and we'll make a principal clause rest of this sentence. So our principal clause would be, every friends of Tom knows that So what we'll write, every friends of him knows, till here we will write, will not write it, and then we will add that conjunction to make subordinate conjunction, which will depend on this principal clause for its meaning. So every friends of him knows, this has become our principal clause. Now add that, okay, that he is a submissive guy. Since we have already written Tom in the first sentence, every friends of him. So what we'll do that, instead of writing him, we'll write Tom, because whenever there's a comparison between noun and pronoun, we choose to write noun. And other thing is that first of all we are giving the introduction of Tom. So here instead of writing him, we will write Tom. So every friends of Tom knows, this has become our principal clause. Then we are adding conjunction that he is a submissive guy. Okay, now we have written the second sentence. So it has become our, we have added these two sentences by adding, using that conjunction to make it a noun clause. And now what happens? Just see, every friends of Tom knows, till here we have, every friends of Tom knows, till here we have principal clause, and then we have used, this is, subordinate conjunction that, and then rest of the sentence that he is a submissive guy. So we know that every friends of Tom knows, this is a verb, and after verb this subordinate clause is coming. So here in this sentence, this clause is working as an object to this verb know. Is it clear? Now repeating again that every friends of Tom knows what. So this part of the sentence, you can say that this subordinate clause has become the object of this verb knows. Okay. Now let's take another sentence, and remember that we are going to use the same trick which we have used earlier. It means that if it's so and this that comes at the end of the sentence, we need to remove them, and after removing them, what we'll do that will make it a principal clause and we'll add with next sentence. Now, you have changed your attitude, we believe so. So these are two sentences. This is first one, I'm writing first, and this is two. So what we'll do that first, you have changed your attitude. You have changed your attitude. This is the first sentence. We believe so. This is the second sentence. So we find that at the end of the sentence, we find this conjunction so has come. Okay. So we need to remove it, and we will make it principal clause. So we believe, this is principal clause, and then we have added conjunction that. We believe that. Now we'll write the second sentence. You have changed your attitude. So we believe that you have changed your attitude. I think it has become clear to you. And just see, we subject, believe is principal clause, and after verb, this subordinate clause has come. As we know that subordinate clause always depends on principal clause for its meaning. So again here in this sentence we find that this this part, this subordinate clause is working as an object to this verb believe. Okay. Now let's see that how can we use if and whether conjunction to add two or more than two simple sentences by using noun clause. Okay. Now let's see that how can we use if and whether, these two conjunction, to use, noun clause in a sentence. How can we add two or more than two sentences by using noun clause and this conjunction, that is if and whether. So first of all you need to know the the condition where we are going to use if and whether. First condition is that first sentence, if you're adding two sentences, remember that first sentence should be assertive sentence and second sentence should be interrogative sentence starting with auxiliary verb. Okay, so let's see the first example. I am not sure. So here we see that this sentence is assertive sentence. Second sentence, will he ever listen to me? This sentence is interrogative sentence starting with will. This is auxiliary verb, and it has come as a question word in front of the subject. So what you have to do is that when one sentence is an assertive sentence and second is interrogative sentence starting with auxiliary verb, what we will do that first we'll make first sentence principal clause, and then after adding this if and whether conjunction we'll write the second sentence. And when we will write the second sentence, remember that this question word will, this auxiliary verb, it will come after the subject, because when a conjunction is added to the sentence, it becomes just an assertive sentence. It doesn't remain interrogative sentence anymore. So let's see how we can do it. I am not sure, will he ever listen to me? So what I did that first I have made this sentence, this assertive sentence, principal clause, I am not sure. Okay, so I've repeated this sentence and then I have added this conjunction if. I am not sure if he will ever listen to me. Now see the differences, will he has changed into he will, because when we add a conjunction we are sure to add remember that after subject auxiliary verbs comes, and interrogative sentence it becomes assertive sentence. Is it clear to you? So I am not sure if he will ever listen to me. This first sentence has become principal clause, then we have added this conjunction if or whether, whatever you choose to write, and then we write the second sentence making it assertive sentence. So instead of interrogative sentence, we will make it assertive sentence. Okay, so I am not sure, this is principal clause, if he will ever listen to me. Again we find that I am not sure, this is verb, so after verb this whole part, this subordinate clause has come as a subject, as an object to a verb, I am not sure. Okay, now let's see another example where we are going to use if and whether. Tom is not confirmed, this is the first sentence. Is Rani ever going to reveal this fact? Tom is not confirmed. Is Rani ever going to reveal this fact? So again we find that what we need to do, that first sentence is assertive sentence and second sentence is interrogative sentence. So what we'll do, we'll make principal clause out of this sentence. So it would become Tom is not confirmed, and then we'll add a conjunction, that is if or whether, whatever you use to choose to use. So Tom is not confirmed, then we are adding an conjunction, and then we are writing the second sentence, but instead of making it interrogative we'll make it assertive sentence. So this is the rule of the sentence. I hope you have understood it well. So let's do it again. So Tom is not confirmed, it has become principal clause. Is Ronnie ever going to reveal this fact? So this second sentence, it is interrogative sentence. So what we did, that first sentence we made a principal clause, Tom is not confirmed, then we have added this if and whether, and then we have written the second sentence by making it assertive sentence. Okay, so I hope it has become clear to you. Now let's see another a way of using this if and whether. One more condition is there, so I'm telling you the conditions. So let's see another condition. Here we see that one sentence should be assertive, and another sentence, in another sentence we are going to use maybe or might be. So one sentence assertive, second sentence, in second sentence we are going to use maybe or might be. So let's see, the situation may be wrong or the situation might be wrong, I cannot predict. So these are the two sentences. What we'll do that I cannot predict. This second sentence will make principal clause. So it can be like I cannot predict principal clause, and then we are adding if and whether, whatever. So I cannot predict whether the situation is wrong. Second sentence, it can be added as usual without making any changes. So it would be the situation may be wrong. It would work like a principal clause, and then what we'll do, we will add if and whether, and we'll add the second sentence as usual. Okay, so situation might be wrong, whether I cannot might be wrong, I cannot predict. So what we'll write, I cannot predict. This sentence, second sentence we have made principal clause, and I cannot predict, then we have added one conjunction. So I cannot predict whether the situation is wrong. Okay, now let's see another example. So my board is it's not too big, so that's why I have to write it. So here again I have taken two sentences. So one sentence, he may be optimistic. We have used maybe, and second sentence is assertive sentence. So what we'll do, this assertive sentence, we will change into principal clause. So I don't know, then you have taken if or whether. I don't know if he may be optimistic. Okay, so I don't know whether he may be optimistic. So we have added these two sentences. Now let's see that how can we use what conjunctions in a noun clause to add two or more than two simple sentences to make one simple sentence by using noun clause. Okay, now let's see that how can we add conjunction what in adding sentences. So first of all, you must know the conditions for using what conjunction. So first what you need to do is that in one sentence you have to identify that one sentence should end with on it, in it, to it. So if the sentence end with on it, to it, and on it, to it, in it, what we'll do that first of all, we will remove it from the sentence, not the preposition on, in, to. We will remove only it from the sentence, and in first sentence this should be there, and in second sentence something must come. The word something, it must come. So what we'll do that first, after removing on it, in it, to it, instead of removing on it, to it, in it, what we'll do that we will remove only it, not the preposition. We'll add another sentence which contain something. So it will become like this: you say something, I do not agree to it. These are the two sentences. First I'm giving you examples so it becomes clear to you. Perhaps I'm not able to make you understand what I'm trying to say. So just see that in one sentence I have I don't agree to it. So this sentence is ending with to it. Okay. And first sentence you say something. So in one sentence something is needed to be there. Okay. Now again try to understand what I'm saying. There should be two sentences. In one sentence, we will see that, the one sentence will end with to it, on it, and, in it. So, and second sentence, there should be a word something. Okay. So, what we'll do that, we will make principal clause of this sentence, but we will not use it. It would be I do not agree to, only to. Preposition will remain there, but we will not write to it. Okay. So I do not agree to, and then we'll add this preposition, conjunction what. So I do not agree to what you say. We don't need to write this something. Okay. Something means what you say. So I do not agree to, then write conjunction what you say. It has become, it has added. Now we have added these two sentences, and it follows the rule of it has become object to the preposition, which is one of the rules of the noun. Okay. Now I do not agree to I do not agree to what you say. Now let's see another example. The officer says something. The officer says something. Pay attention to it. Okay. Now officer says something. In first sentence we have something. We will remove this something. And in second sentence, pay attention to it. We will remove this it, not to preposition. So it will become our principal clause. Pay attention to. Pay attention to, then we'll write what? What the officer says. Will not write something. So it would become pay attention to what the officer says. Okay. Now pay attention to, this has become principal clause, and to preposition, then what the officers say. So pay attention to, till here we have principal clause, and what the officers say, this is subordinating, clause, subordinating noun clause, object to the preposition to, and it is, here depending on the main clause for its meaning. Okay. Now I hope you have understood it well, that how can we use conjunction by using noun clause, and especially these three, conjunction, that and what and if and whether. Rest of the conjunction, actually they like what, whom, who, they are themselves, they are there in the sentence itself. So we don't need to put them, separately. So I hope you understood it well. If you like my video, I know it's little complicated, but you need to understand it well. I just believe in, making you understand by using various methods, and I know my videos are a little complicated, but I know that you understand it well. Okay, so if you like my video, please share and subscribe it.